Hey friends, today we are going to be continuing my Halloween Craft With Me series, and today we are going to be making potion bottle shaker pockets, and I've got one here already made up. So I used my Cricut, found a potion bottle that I liked, and then picked some coordinating paper. I am still using the Halloween Party paper collection by DCWV. I used a little bit of black glitter from Amazon and some sequins mix from Buttons Galore and more in here. So you've got a variety of like these little plastic stars and balls in here, some little flat backs, and then we have a little pocket here. Nothing too, dimensional could fit in here. If you wanted to do that, you could do a little accordion fold on the three sides to give it a little bit more room. But I just have some little things that were laying around on my desk that I have put in here. A couple of cut aparts, a little sentiment here. And you could send that out to a swap partner, or if you wanted to make a sequence mix in like a bag, like this Buttons Galore one, you could tuck your sequence mix in there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. What you'll need is, I'm just using my adhesive, but if you want to use score tape, if you want to sew it, you want to use your hot glue gun, that's up to you. I did kind of stitch this one. My sewing machine was giving me some issues, so I wasn't able to sew up here. But I was able to sew this down there. But this one we're going to do a no-sew. So I have my back piece, the layering shaker piece, and I've got my pocket, and then I have my little potion bottle top and my glitter, and then I'm using the black snowflake tool from Dollar Tree. And of course you're gonna need a pair of scissors. So let's get started. What I did was I laid out a little bit of this tool and laid my potion bottle on top. And then I just kind of cut around it loosely. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. So then I want this to be on my outside, so I'm going to glue my snowflake tool onto this, and I just used my adhesive because I was planning on stitching that one, but I think this one would hold up just fine. But like I said, you could use wet glue, that would work. You could use your score tape. And then I just laid I want this to be on the outside, so I'm just going to lay this down and lay this on top, and I'm going to kind of line up with that bottom. Let's see, I want to make sure we're over enough. And then I'm going to grab my bone folder. I just want to make sure this is adhered well, since I am not going to be stitching this one. Add a little bit on there. And then I'm just going to trim this right up against the outline of the potion bottle. And then I want to add my little stopper to my potion bottle down, and I'm going to add that to this piece, centering it the best that I can, kind of keeping it straight. Add that down, and then we are going to go ahead and add this down. So for this, since I'm not sewing it, I'm going to grab my wet glue. Because I feel like the wet glue helps not make the sequins stick as much. And I'm leaving a hole up here to put my sequins in, and then we are just going to line this up. And the good thing about using the wet glue, it gives you time to kind of shift and move this around if you need to. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure this adheres nicely down, because I am adhering that snowflake mesh and the paper on top of that down. I'm making a mess. And this piece here, I don't have anything here because my paper was shifted while I was using my Cricut, so that's okay, because I'm not worried about that not having anything. But if I was, I could just cut another piece on my Cricut to cover that up, which I might, because these are a bit flimsy and I feel like they might need another sturdier backing on them. When you stitch them, I feel like it gives it more stability than when it's just glued like this. Alright, so I'm going to give that a second to dry, and while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and add my pocket down, and I'm going to use this side, yes. I'm going to just add my glue right along these three corners. And I'm not going to tear this one like I did the other one. I did do some paper tearing for this one. I want this one to be a little bit bigger of a pocket, so I'm going to leave it like it is. Again, I'm just using my bone folder to make sure that that is adhering nicely. My little rag, clean up my glue. And now I'm just going to take my fingers and make sure everything is adhered down. Now we need to choose a sequins mix to go in here. This is the one that I used for the other one. I also have this one, where I have the traditional. Let's do this again, because I kind of like that. So I think I'm going to mix this and this together. That's what I did last time. I have to say, stitching it allowed the sequins to go in there a lot easier than gluing it. So you really need to give yourself time. Maybe only glue it to here and then let it fully dry, and then that way you have a larger opening to put your sequins in. And then after all the sequins are in, then you could glue it the rest of the way. That would definitely be a tip, because leaving that small area that I left when I stitched it did not leave me a lot of room to add those sequins down in there. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue on the sides, and then I'm going to add my glue up here. adhere this down. To help that stick to the glitter, I'm just going to add my sewing clips again. So I'm going to leave this for a few minutes, and then we will come back and decorate it after it is fully dried. Alright, so I've given this time to dry, and I'm going to move those sequins as much as I can away from this pocket so I have a smooth surface to work on. I feel one right there. And I've also turned on my glue gun because I'm going to add some chipboard down. So I have some of this chipboard, which I believe this might be a Doodlebug collection. This come from Hey Pumpkin. So I think I'm going to add some of that down. Let's do maybe the pumpkin. Let's see, do I have a bat in here? We have candy. Here's a bat. Let's see. We could add that. And I don't think I really need a sentiment because I have, like, the paper says, you know, trick or treat, boo, ghostly. Alright, so let's do that. And I might do something with this too. I think I might do a little doodle there. So let's grab, I'm gonna pop up our little Frankenstein guy. He needs a little bit on his legs. And then we'll put this here. There we go. Okay, that's cute. And then I might add some dimension to our little bat. And then do we want to add any trim or ribbon to the back? I do have this here. Yeah, let's maybe add some of this in the background. I haven't opened the package yet, just pulled some of it out. Time to use some of this. So let's add that. Gonna grab my finger protector. And we're gonna add this down. There we go. Make it more of the size. And I'm going to try to just add the glue in these random spots. And then I will use my Frankenstein and Ghost to help put it down other places. Because I don't want a lot of it showing through. So let's add that. Let's add our pumpkin down. And these are stickers. But I've peeled a lot of the backs of them off already. So let's add our little pumpkin down. But the good thing about having the paper here is that you don't have to worry about your chipboard sticking to the mesh. Now let's add our little Frankenstein guy down. Add him, and that'll kind of help cover up that glue behind him. let's see, I found this bat. I could add that one or the chipboard. Or I could add one of these ring ones. I like to use these wire nippers for this. It lets me go and get them really flat and flush back here so that it lays better on your project. And so, yeah, let's use one of those guys. Because he already has a little dimension with his wings. And then we're going to add the glue in the middle. And he will also help the mesh in the background stay down. Alright. I do kind of feel like it might be missing something. Should we add a sentiment? Let's see. Let me find. Got these Tim Holtz ones here. I like this as elixirs and potions. Now that's not going to fully fit on here. I could separate it, or I could just cut out the potion part, and I didn't want to make a straight cut, so I kind of angled them. And then I am going to add a little line of glue just for some extra adhesive, because I've been noticing that because I've had these in my stash since last year that oops, I pulled my bat off. They haven't been sticking very well. Alright, let's add our bat down again. I was trying to get his leg to hang over. Okay. Yeah, I definitely like that I have the sentiment there. Let's trim up this hanging off of the edge here. And I'm going to grab my white gel pen, and I think I want to do like some faux stitching. I don't want to use my black, I just want it to be very subtle. And then I'm just going to go along this part and match up with the pocket, and then I'm going to flip it around so I don't smear anything, and do it on this side as well. There we go. That'll add just something else on there. And get all these glue strings. So I've been using this Shore Bonder glue gun, and at first I really enjoyed this glue gun. I don't know if it's these glue sticks, but it is putting out so much glue strings everywhere. And then if I can get this close enough, it's just leaving these big drops of glue on that little pad there, and I'm not really loving it. Like, I mean, I'm covered in the glue strings. They're just everywhere, all over my desk and all over me, and I'm just not, just don't like that. I'm not for that. So I'm going to buy some different glue sticks and see if that makes a difference, because I really like the glue gun, but I don't want all those strings. So you'll have to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what glue gun you use and what glue sticks you use, and I'm pretty sure these glue sticks are the glue sticks that came with it, but I'm not 100% sure. But on back to our project, now we have this cute little potion bottle, and it's decorated with our little Frankenstein. It says potions, and then we have room to add a few goodies in here for Happy Meal or a swap partner. And then I still have this one that I haven't decorated yet that I did the stitching on. So thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me through the struggles of the glue and the glue gun strings and popping my bat off. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will come back next Sunday on the 17th, and we will be making some spooky ID cards. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye.